Dollar. My name is Joel Dollar. Been a busy week. Posted on recently on this trading network of Ninja. We finally finished it. So I've been extremely busy this past week here. I know a few of you traders have been getting a hold of me. I've either been on Skype with my coding team, or I have been testing the codes, or getting it all hooked up. So it took time to do, but we finally got it done. There's a sneak peek on the social network. If you go to it, we were able to really tweak and update some of the codes a lot better, showing things like convergence, divergence, more trend strength, things to assist you to stay in the trades a little bit longer, fine-tuned average arrows, and so forth. So, got one question real quick here. Tina, you're asking about FXCM left Ninja. You can still keep FXCM for those who are with FXCM. So I'm going to keep FXCM as my currency broker. All I do is I just link it to my Ninja and trade. FXCM is not I don't know if you're talking about FXCM or Ninja. Ninja is just a charting software. Whatever broker you use with Ninja, I'm not sure who you might have used. You said left, didn't like that they are AMP, yeah, AMP's, yeah, I haven't heard a lot of good things about them. Yeah, they'll play games with you. That's one of the hardest things about it, going on to Ninja too. We myself and Vlad and the team will be getting brokers as well for futures and stock. But yeah, FXCM, if you're with FXCM, you don't have to leave them. You just connect them so you can trade currency as well as your futures and so forth. But we finished it up last night, actually, at around 1 o'clock in the morning, or around midnight. So I got those photos posted. It's on the social network. You guys can see it. It'll be a whole different experience coming with Ninja. So we were going to be releasing it probably within a week. So all the webinars will be based off of Ninja. I see from Humberto, it says, I would like to keep Ninja and trade Forex with Ninja. Yeah, Ninja is just a charting software. So whatever broker you have, be it Global Futures, be it Interactive Brokers, be it, like as Tina said, AMP, whoever you have as a broker, or TD Ameritrade, it doesn't matter. Whoever you trade Forex with, you can keep. You don't have to go with FXCM. Only reason I'm going to stay with FXCM is they're the largest currency actual broker in the world. They're actually registered on the New York Stock Exchange, and I've met them before at trading conventions. They're not market makers. They basically use what's called STP, straight through process. So there's no delaying in my trades. I can get in and get out with instant fill. So yes, you can connect with it through Ninja, with FXCM through Ninja, just like you added in AMP. You go to your account connections, you click next, you click add, and yeah, they're on there. Once you're live with FXCM, you just type in your live account and your password, and it says connected. Now you can't run the old TradeStation here. Of course, you can't run at the same time. It'll just sit there. The price won't move. But we're going to be moving over to Ninja full time. The only things that have changed, which you can see on the photos, we've changed Cobra. It's there. It's actually the line you see. We've changed Stealth to add turn signal. High and low is actually my favorite now. We've added the ability to see convergence, divergence in the markets, and the ability to have a trend identifier to keep you in trending when markets are trending or sideways. And then updated market force, and then we've added an extra algorithm to Steam and fine-tuned the average arrows there. So it'll be a lot better platform coming out, especially if you're trading the ES, the S&P Mini, or if you're trading oil, trading stock. It'd be kind of nice to see, because this system was built in Forex and it works in Forex very well. Putting it into markets that actually will respect technical levels, so to speak, will be nice to have and to see. So that will be coming out very soon. But we will be doing the webinars on Ninja, so they will not be on this version anymore because of the update of the algorithms. But this version will still be there if you do have it. But most of our servers will be converting over to Ninja. Now, Ninja will cost more because of what it can do. Yeah, it'll still be through the cloud. It'll still, until we get down the line and get a platform built. Ninja will still be used to the cloud. It we'll be getting those cloud servers set up, of course, through our servers. It will cost more for the. I know the platform price will go up because of being on Ninja, and I know the data fee will go up a little bit because of. So because let's see, you said the question here. So can we get indicators sent so we can set up our Ninja? We will be setting up the Ninja on the cloud. For those who already have Ninja, we will be talking to Vlad. We'll be figuring out how to get that hooked up and set up for you guys. But we're going to get everything set up on the cloud to actually run properly. Because I know about the license keys, so we'll be getting it all hooked up for you guys. That's why we're not going to release it just yet. We're going to get all the little kinks ironed out. But the price will go up. So I mean, if people who are new and coming on, I would come on today, or if you feel comfortable next week before we come out with it, before the price jumps up because of Ninja using on that platform. But getting into the markets today, we were on the Euro USD. I got a text here. Yeah, there you go. We were on the Euro USD. I remember yesterday, folks, when we were on here, if you guys are watching, what was the ocean doing yesterday? It was literally heading up, right? If you remember that. So we were actually way outside of the ocean. We were extremely deviated. I think it was actually this bar right here. There you go. This was yesterday, webinar yesterday. So the ocean was actually turned, heading up. What happened? We did come back up and push up for a nice little run up, but then we shot back down, was continued forcing the ocean back down. The reason why I feel like we keep heading back down is because the weekly is actually heading down. The daily is on a down day. Now the daily is due to take a turn anytime soon, but since we are so far still deviated on the weekly, the daily is just kind of creeping sideways. But if you look in the sense of trading, if you have a down day itself, you are going to look at the actual movement of being down for that day. You might have a few of these little up moves, these breaths right here, but we're being more of a down day. So the Euro USD, we're looking to continue right now. You can see it's taking a small breath up. I had a few questions asked to me already this morning on pound New Zealand. This is one last night that I was asked about, and it was set right here. At the time, there was nothing showing me to get in. All right, pound New Zealand isn't exotic. It's really one you're not going to scalp, but if you want to swing it, it does pay pretty well because of the pips that you can actually get on it. I mean, simple runs from here to here, which would normally be about maybe 20 pips to 30 pips on the Euro USD. We were pulling top of the wick. We were pulling actually 73 to 52 pips. So it moves decent. The spread's a little higher, but you can swing it. And last night was we were actually right through here. I think when I was asked at midnight, right through here. We weren't quite set up yet. Nothing was really giving me that read to get in. But when we came to blue-red, we crossed Cobra. We pushed all the way up, which we can see we moved in about 44, 48, and as it came back down. Remember, you don't have to wait for Cobra to re-break. You can still stay in this trade. Technically, this trade is still active. It's still going. It's still a good trade. This one little yellow-green bar is my reload point. This is the point where it would come down, came back up, bounced off Cobra, coming back up. So technically, we'd still be in this trade. But noticing the price line moving all the way back down, cutting through my candle, would give me concern. So you will have the options to pull out the trade at this top wick, seeing the next candle open up a lot weaker. Or remember, we closed half at value. So you could close half that trade out, take those pips, and then let it just keep riding up. The ocean is still heading up. We're not really turned yet. We're still showing some little bit of buying volume. We're still showing a decent, somewhat of a trend on stealth, and we've been kind of choppy right now on the on steam. You can see we came up, came down, came up, and now we're coming back down. So this was actual trade last night I was asked about. When you guys get these trades, what I do is I look at the daily, see what it's doing. All right, the daily is extremely if it's ocean's heading down, and it's actually it's heading down and price is right up here. I'll be careful going long because there's not much room to go long. There is a little bit, but you might talk about something like this, just real tiny, and then start heading back down. And you got from Humberto, real quick, got a question. According to Cobra, when would you get in along with high and low? All right, according to Cobra, when would I get in with high and low? All right. High and low shows me buying and selling volume. And it's color coordinated to show me, okay, who's buying, who's selling. You can see nice spikes. So last night at this time, imagine if you couldn't see from this forward. This is actually was actually gone. Let me do this and make it a little bit even easier, so we can see what's going on. So say we couldn't see this part right here. And this was gone. All right. That's kind of what we saw last night. Ocean wasn't quite as shot up, but we can see if we kept going down, we really had nothing yet to give us. We still had selling, but we had stealth moving down, crossing our 000 line, and we had the bulls coming back up into play. We were deviated, and we were coming back up. This price line is such an important guide because it was cutting back through the candle. So nothing was there yet. As we come in to cross to break Cobra, we got our blue red, and we get the early warning. The Cobra's going to be getting, that's actually Cobra's going to break. You know, you have to wait, because if we were to continue pushing down, Cobra, of course, would have gone back to being red. We started picking up some nice volume, which it grew. We knew we're deviated, so we're kind of putting it all together. As I said before, you can't really trade off one indicator alone. You got to use all of them together. So last night, first thing I'm looking at is, one, we're deviated, and two, we go blue-red, which that's not correct. Something's changing. Then we cross Cobra. We're looking at our stealth is moving down, the bulls are coming back into play, and we lose our selling volume and pick up our first bit of buying interest. That would be enough to prompt somebody to get in, as long as you're in line with the daily. Moving up and across, break Cobra, we locked in. When Cobra locks in, folks, you're normally going to run anywhere from 3 to 4 candles in that direction when Cobra breaks, especially on the 1 hour. 5 minutes different, but 1 hour you normally run, 3 to 4 candles at least. So we broke Cobra, we ran up, came back for a small bounce, green, yellow. This would be something to keep your eye on, because we kind of got close. I'm actually kind of glad that my crosshairs got on right here. You can see that we came up on the second candle. It was going down. Stealth did not cross. Bulls did not go down. They came down, but they bounced back up. But our volume was still there. So the high and low kind of helps me determine, are we actually losing buying and selling volume? Is that's what's actually going on? As you can see, we came down, but we never did lose our buying interest, and we didn't really cross our 000 line. And then Tina just said they made 19 pips in the money room last night. Good. Off this trade, I'm assuming, correct, Tina? Pretty sure it was this, this trade here. I was asked about this trade here, so good. Because it was there, the setup was there, as long as we got some of that selling or buying volume kicked in, and as long as we started to break Cobra, the trade was there. So 19 pips is 19 pips. That's outstanding in the money room. Good job on that one. I think it was a pound dollar I was also asked. Actually, hold on. I get texts all the time asking these trades, so make sure this is the right one that they were looking at here. There we go. Yeah, it's pound dollar. All right, pound dollar trade. Is it set up for a short? Well, we know the ocean's turning. Okay. We're looking, well, actually it's coming out. We're looking for price that deviated to come back down in, at least to value, and make that turn. Now, when it turns, remember how I always preach that turn is where you're going to catch most of your losing trades, because the market's kind of zigzag. It's kind of up and down, zigzagging sideways. And in the course of the guide, we talked about the patterns that we've seen: the up-down pattern, the A, the slice of pizza, as I've been told in the past, is what it looks like, or a W. But we're coming back in. So right now I can tell, just from this, even you guys can tell, there's really nothing yet for a short, because we've still got plenty of buying volume. We're still up right now on 15 on Steam. We're losing a little bit of market force. One sec. A little bit of market force. but nothing really telling me to get in right now. Yes, we're deviated. Yes, you can get in. So you could actually be aggressive and jump in, but what could happen? Price could continue to shoot up, forcing the ocean to change and turn. Then eventually your trade would look like it was on value. But in the respect of the rules, this is how usually the ocean works. When we watched a few days ago, we could see it actually coming back down in and bouncing and pushing back up. Let's see what our raw chart shows. See, we actually are on a bear candle, forming almost a yeah, Tina, that's a little bit too much buying volume for my taste, that I would not hop in right now. Even though we had a nice down candle, we got pushed back up. So I would still, there's nothing showing me. And remember, on the candles alone, right? Okay. Hold on one second, Roberto. According on the candles right here, we have no indecision. We have no lower wick on our blue candle. Let me pull these yellow off real quick. See, we have no lower wick. Have had some, then none. So we're still in a strong candle. So even though you might feel like, well, you're losing the trade because it's coming back down into play, I would be cautious right now. The reason being is on the Euro USD, looks like it's set to actually take a breath up, showing the euro beating the dollar. If the euro beats the dollar, it's gonna the pound will beat the dollar. And those are things I also look at too. But nothing right now. There's nothing telling me to go short, but it can turn eventually into a nice short trade once you break over. I would monitor it very cautiously. I would get in and probably only look to maybe go this plot from where price is down to value. It's showing about 42 because if the value swings up about 40 pips, I might look to hold about 25. If I could get 20 from this, I'd call it a good day and take my 20. A question from Roberto asking me on the chart on the right, what point would you get in? Steam is used just to verify that this trade is over. The problem in the past we've had is we could see deviation points, right? We knew that we're deviated. The problem is, actually, were we coming down? And what we do is we use multiple time frame analysis to move over to the 15-minute chart, kind of like zooming in with a microscope to see what is actually going on. Steam is very, very, very smooth candles. You can see where price is and where the candle is. So when we actually get that piercing and we get that average arrow and we get that color change and market force losing, gaining some buying force, we're actually turned. Price is done. What this does is it filters out this. You're in a sell, right? And you get this first bullish candle. You don't know if the market's actually done or going to turn or not. And that I know that for guys who are trading in the past, that's what you're seeing. So if we're actually moving down and we get that first bullish candle, well, are we still going to move down? Or are we just going to be like this right here and this right here? And that's a problem in the past. So with Steam, we can actually see that bar we saw a while ago was actually bearish. Now look at it; it's pushing back up. So there's still nothing there showing me to close that trade out. All right, the pound is still beating the dollar. But on Steam, you can see we got fake piercings here, but no average arrows. This is actually not a term. I can use Steam to determine, are we actually done over here? Is this trade done? Are we coming down? Because I'm going to see it first on this 15-minute chart. And if I'm lining up my deviation points, let's look back on 10:23. Back on 10:23. Let's see, what time was this? 12 o'clock. Right through here. All right. We were deviated, all right, about 12 o'clock on this hour. All right, between this hour, this is where the turn came. Steam told us the turn was over at 1300. We got an average arrow, and we started making our own way back up. We came down, the run was over, and it showed us that. So we started coming up, which we can see we made up, came down, and pushed up strong. In this little sideways market right here, we saw that on Steam. We saw price moving up, down, up, down, up, down. A little bit of buying or selling force, but then we pushed up strong buying. Remember, I'm looking on market force. I'm looking for actually nice no selling present. If you got selling present, the bars are going to flux, almost move together in unison, up and down until you finally lose it. So from Nick asked about the U.S. CAD. I don't know if I got the US CAD on here. I don't think I do. It's just the European. Let me get this. Let me get that on there for you, and we'll take a look at that. So, these are indicators that we use to key in on what's going on the markets. Let me get the US CAD up. Let's take away pound franc. I don't even look at that. All right. So there's a lot of things, it's not just about, well, the 1 hour is this, the 1 hour is that, everything is going strong and moving good. Let me load up my layout again. Go to the US Canadian. So that's why these indicators by themselves, the trading algorithms, the Ocean, Cobra, and our entry candles would not be sufficient enough to sustain you. You have to go to verify. So let me see what you're asking over here back on my question. Okay, yeah, so you actually got in at a short. You made 13 pips last hour. Not sure why you would have gotten out. That's just learning the system. Actually, your turn came, let's see. Your turn came actually up here yesterday at about 9 in the morning. And you've been in a swing. Actually, you came down, you came up, and you've just been riding sideways with volume down here. So, yeah, hold on, I got a few questions popping up. There you are. Yeah, we're still showing some selling volume, Nick. We're still showing you're still showing the bears on stealth, and this actually is a good, nice ride because we're actually coming down. Price is still on the outer edge. Now the candle. Now looking at price, right? And I notice that price comes down to value. We might bounce back up a little bit, but we never really. Even though we got a few of our blue-red candles here, these are the points that I might look to get back in again. Because I know we came up enough to come back down again. So yeah, just watch price right now, Nick, because it's on value. But you can see right now we've still got plenty of room left on Steam. So don't be greedy if you're going to go for, I don't know how you pick it up now, but you're going to go for 3 to 10 pips of watch it. And then over here on our news, we do have at 8 o'clock some low impact news coming out. Might be enough just to kind of shift it back up against you. And then, of course, we've got some medium news, and then the rest of the day, some medium news, and then some high news coming out around 1 o'clock today, some high profile, the market rate decision. If this changes, and I would love to see this change, but I know it's not. It never does. But if it does, it would be nice to see that explosive movement on the market that would follow after that. So from Humberto, so you use the 15 minutes to buy or sell or just left chart to get in? The 15-minute, we do have people who use these as entry and exits, but you got to line it up over here. You got to see that deviation point and get your read from stealth and from high and low, and you want to get a proper term, such as right up here. It'll get you in a lot earlier, but you can be faked out over here if you do trade off. These are just to verify. The reason the arrows are there is because which wick, sometimes you're going to get those wicks that you might not. You'll get a wick, but you don't get an actual term. You're just kind of how you saw on the last pair we were looking at. We got a few wicks on the way down, but we actually kept going down. So they're there just to keep you in. So let's see, what was it? 8:45 yesterday. The turn actually came, showed it at 9, so right through here. This is where the turn actually happened, where you would have gotten in to ride down if you want to use. But to use those is kind of at your own risk, because there are times it can fake you out when the market starts to move sideways. That's why I'm very, very cautious when I use those. You can see now we've got a lot of wick, hardly any bodies. That means the market was moving kind of sideways, very small, very slowly. So yeah, I know some people who do use those to trade off of, and they play very aggressive. No problem. Rock and roll at it, but just be cautious. Make sure you're lined up. Make sure you're verified. And then Tina says, can you make the cloud not automatically go to the Euro USD when you change charts to defaults? All you do, Tina, right now, if I were to save this layout, if I were to go File, Layout, Save it, next time I open up my swing chart, it goes to where the last pair I'm on. That's just standard to go to Euro USD because it was the last pair that it was saved on. So if you go to the Aussie JPY, and save that swing chart, it's always going to go to the Aussie JPY. That's an easy change to fix that. You got spooked. Yeah, I understand, Nick. You get spooked there on that right there. If you change, let's see, do you look at the M5, M1 to verify trades is still in good short term? If I'm looking at the M5, M1, I'll be on the scalp screen to verify the trade is still good in shorter term. Yeah, I don't. You can. I mean, there's the thing is the system is we didn't place a bunch of rules on it saying, you know, you have to always look at this. If you want to go to the scalp screen and look at that 5 and 1 minute chart, you know, to verify if that 15 minute is still good or your swing is still good, by all means do that. There's nothing, you know, there's nothing against it. You're just taking a deeper look in what's going on. But the 1 minute and 5 minute chart are very, very, very weak time frames. So you're gonna, I mean, even though if you might be, even though if you're down, even though that 1 hour that you're on is down, you know, that 15 minute might be doing this, you know, that 5 minute will be doing this. You know, and the 1 minute will be definitely doing a lot more of that. So it's harder to get a read on these. But if you can line the 5 minute up with a turn on 15 minute, then okay, we're going to see that first. Then the 1 hour will start to turn its way back up. So yeah, there's nothing stopping you from going to smaller time frames to look. Let's see, but if we change back and forth, it always goes to Euro USD. Let's see, if I go to layouts, save layout, swing trading. So I go file, layouts, let's go to position. My position goes to USD CHF because that was the last chart I saved it on. We'll go to file, layouts, swing trading platform. It's still on the US CAD. So I don't know what you mean by default always going back to Euro USD. I think that's what you're talking about when you go from position to scalp to swing. It's always Euro USD. Let's see, I just got my trial. What about stops and for swing setups, for example? USD CAD, you just had it up. Would you put stop the last high? All right, for stops, as I've spoke before, to me, stops is a preferred taste. Reason why I don't use stops on the swing is because I'm at my computer trading the swing for what it is. I'm trading that session. If I do get up and get away, I probably won't put it on anyway. Reason being is with our system, we can see when the market's going to turn. We know when it's coming down. So if I got in here and we're coming back down, I'm going to monitor and watch it. I might close the trade out if I go to bed, but there's been times I've let it run and I've been okay. The reason why I don't put stops in is because, one, banks, they can see your stops and they can blow right through it. Even though the FXM is a good broker, their STP, I don't want them knowing where my stop loss is at. When I was with another broker, which I will not name, I don't want to give any any credibility or even you know any advertisement. I put a chart side by side because I thought I was being stop hunted, meaning that I would place a trade in and somehow on my live account price would move up to a level that it didn't move up to on my other account, which was very odd. It would move up, hit my stop, and continue to go back down. So I do not use stops because there's times we can take unexpected breaths up, which would be just enough to take you out of a trade and have the trade keep going in your down direction. Because we're trading with momentum, we're trading with an extreme deviation of price and value. I do use stops on I do use stops on position trading, and you can on the new Ninja. I'm looking at adding it on the swing because it's a little bit different version. So, but I do use it on position because I'm locking in a bigger profit. So if I do go away for you know 4 or 5 days on a trip somewhere, I know that my profit's being locked, and I can just log on, lock it in, and move away. But for scalping, I've never used stops. Even when I scalp on my old MT4, I use trailing stop. I would what I would do is I would set my stop way outside, say the average true range for that day. I might be 500 pips away. My goal was I knew I was getting in when price was moving down. I would set my trailing stop very, very tight, maybe like, well, I think it was 1.5 pip. But I would base it off my vertical scale. Well, if my vertical scale is moving 25 pips, my trailing stop would be 15 pips. As soon as it moves down 15 pips, my stop came in and followed my chart. Problem with trailing stop loss is you set it too tight, you could get hit on a tiny pullback and you're taken out. Or you can have it too wide, and by the time it turns, it kind of affects your trade. So yeah, it's using stops. I would put it on a swing if I just felt something might not be right. But to me, stop loss is saying, hey, it's just an unnecessary out. I mean, I had times in the past when I was learning a couple, back 5 years ago, I put my stop loss on the next candle high, and price would come up, hit it, and move down almost every time. Or that's back when I used take profit levels, and instead of using a target level, I'd use just a random take profit level. I'm thinking, well, okay, we're moving down. I'll put my take profit down here. And there's times it went all the way down and said hello and came back up, and it was really frustrating to have that. Let's see, I got a lot of questions here. So yeah, I mean, you can use stop loss as tight as you want it. It's just a preferred taste. To me, it's however much you want to risk. What do you want to go for? There's no problem in using it. I'm cautious when I use it with the Forex markets because of my experience in the past. Let's see, when Ninja have the global crosshair from one chart to another, are you talking about if you set up here, well, this isn't Ninja, but if you set up, your little crosshair that you can actually see the time, like we're seeing right now. Yeah, they have it. You just got to select it from a pointer to a crosshair for asking if Ninja will have the global crosshair. And Nick said, I just read that about baby pips. That's messed up. Yeah, baby pips is a good site if you're going to focus on Forex. The Forex is a crazy game. Yeah, Ross. These charts are, like I said, we're looking at probability. Once you get these lineups going on, we look for the deviation point to happen. We then look down to see, okay, are we verifying? All we're doing is we're verifying the actual deviation point here. We want to verify. We're using Cobra as our entry, as our last ditch entry. We want the ocean to be going down. Of course, that's where value is heading. And then, of course, we have, good Lord. Oh, sorry, folks, all these texts here. Yeah, all right. But you have your deviation point. We're verifying it, and then we're using Steam this turn, an earlier version to verify that moves over. Nothing more is frustrating to get into a trade and then look at Steam or neglect Steam and then see something like this. See that you're still moving up. So okay, your entry might be a little off. You might have to cover it for a little bit. All right, the ocean. You're asking if the ocean is wide like the USD SEK. I don't think it's on here, or the Aussie USD. It's Aussie USD. What that's showing you is a really, see, Aussie USD. All right. This right here, the market's moving up and down very well. All right. Our vertical scale is actually 50 pips, so it's moving up and down. Let me go to SCD, USD SEK. And if you're trading USD SEK, good on you. That's actually a pretty good pair to trade. Let me pull off my, what was it, US Canadian? What it does is when the market ranges, real tight range, and it's moving very, very tightly, your ocean's going to contract in. All right, let's go down to USD SEK. I'm assuming you're saying it's really tight. Yeah. Market's barely moving. Really small moves up, really tight range. All right. So you're going to see that constricting pattern. As the ocean as the price starts to widen and gets a lot bigger, you'll see it widen out. So it does that. A lot of exotics will do that, especially the ZAR. But even if you're trading the SCDK, here was a trade last night. I know this one actually pays kind of like the ZAR. Yeah. I mean, if you got in last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you got out the first wick in the ocean, that's 469 pips. That's actually pretty good, especially if you're trading 80 bucks a pip. So you really can't beat that. So yeah, that just means, Nick, that price is actually constricted, and it's moving really small, really tight, nice and narrow range. When it's open up wide, it'll actually be good. Yeah, you could do a carry trade on it. I don't do carry trades. The only thing I did for a carry trade was back on the USD JPY. But yeah, you could do a carry trade if the interest rates are favorable. You could actually use it for a good carry trade. But the margin requirement for that is pretty decent. You know, $5 for 1 cent. Not too bad, but actually it's going to be more in the U.S. because this is 200-1 leverage. It's going to be more 50 to 1 leverage. So you could actually do a carry trade if you want to. Carry trades are where, folks, you get into a trade where one's got high interest, one's got low interest, and you go in that direction, and you're making a percent amount of money a year on holding that trade for a period of time. You're getting paid off of the swap, so or the rollover fee, basically. But yeah, the USD SEK is a mover as well. I mean, once your account's large enough, you can trade this pair. I'd say maybe at least $50 a pip. You can pull and you can swing every night. Your account will grow very large, very large. So it's a pretty good pair to trade. But on Ninja, for those of you who are with Ninja, yes, you can keep your current broker you're with for futures and stock. If you're with FXCM already, you can use them as your FXCM broker. I'm gonna keep FXCM just because I met them. I've talked to them at trading expos. I went to Dallas and talked to the Dallas office. FXCM is in New York, Dallas. They're in California. They're all over the world. They registered on the New York Stock Exchange. They really can't play games. They got in trouble a couple of years back, but they all got fined and got it all sorted out. And now they're just basically a broker who plays by the book because they have to. Now that they're publicly traded, they really can't afford to play any games anybody, which they don't. I've had very good experience and service with them. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, Nick Vlad, he just sent me some text here. He's the one that keeps blowing my phone up here. But the money room last night actually paid over 30 pips. So, you know, however many trades they got in and got out. And he said, you know, thank you guys for supporting us. You know, if there's anything, if you guys are thinking about buying the software as soon as possible, he said the price will be going up once we're on Ninja because we're offering a lot more. So once the whole webinar is done, you know, of course, go to the website, you click on services and click platform. The boot camp is coming out. So for those who are getting Ninja, like I mentioned, that I will be using Ninja on the webinars. The boot camp that we will be having November 16th, we will be doing Ninja. It'll be all featured in Ninja Trader, showing you some of the new indicators. So pull up the screenshots so you guys can see that. So the new algorithms will be shown at the boot camp on Ninja. So if you guys can make it, do make it. Seats are limited, but go ahead, you know, and sign up if you can. Keep on going to the site. Keep updated on this on the boot camp though. It's a good thing to go to. It'll be we're going to be really breaking down Ninja and covering it, and of course on the webinars. No boot camp in December, Nick. December's the holidays. I'm actually very busy in November, but I've canceled a few things that I'm doing for the boot camp. But December I'll definitely be extremely busy. So it's a holiday time. I'll be with family. So yeah, no boot camp in December. We'll kick it back up in January. But this as you guys are seeing, this is the new position layout, which we have the ocean. We have Cobra. This right line is Cobra. It follows price. Market force, you can notice is opposite. If we're pushing up, we're moving down. We're pushing down, moving up. So you guys are used to that there. It's a lot better read. You can see steam now. We offer what's called steps. When price is cross steps and are stepping its way down, we're moving down. When price is above steps, we're stepping our way up. Our average arrows actually now plot turning points. So we're deviated. All right, we have an average arrow. We've actually plotted a turning point. Here's a turning point, back up, down. You can see stops are the red and green. Stops can be adjusted by you guys. They can be set as tight as you want it. They can be set as loose as you want it. Because when you trade stocks and futures, you want to keep your stops kind of tight. From Forex here, we keep them wide because of the volatility of the market. High and low shows convergence, divergence on your gray shadows. And then our square boxes and our red line are a trend. If you can see, we started coming down. First blue blocks below the red line, we're trending downward. We're coming back up. We almost hit it. We didn't quite hit this up move, and we came moving back down. That's the position layout. Going for the swing layout. Swing layout, we have stealth. Stealth now shows you trend strength but it also gives you a signal. When these little red dots cross the green line, we are losing that actual selling. The move's done. The move down is done, which we can see we're coming up. We can see our blue line move across our green dot, showing that it's time to take over, and they'll start moving up respect-wise. Still, I mean, I really like high and low. I put a lot of work into this one on the fact that we are looking at convergence divergence on our histogram bars, and then when we are one blue box above red line, we know we're moving up. So this new feature will help you navigate that breadth back across the ocean if you want to take it. It'll let you kind of see, okay, we are above the red line, we know we're trending up. And we know a little pullback here, we can see kind of pullbacks on the market. As we start to cross, we can see we're heading down. And of course, we have the steam on the 15-minute chart. I don't have I didn't put on the screenshot, the actual arrows on here. So they will be actually on the 1 hour too to plot the turning points. And then we're going to go down to our scalp. Here's our scalping screen. So it's a lot cleaner. Cobra follows price. When the Cobra, so this line moves down when priced, and when it breaks, it will flip from red to green, like it did over here. It was actually red this whole way down. You got to plot turning point. I've been able to really get the average arrows almost accurate to when we take small breaths down, back up. So when you get these deviation points, you get an average arrow. We know we're coming up. We can see our blue boxes are starting to rise up, one higher than the next, shooting up. And as far as convergence divergence, we can see there's lower. We made a low, came down, made a lower low, but high and low made a high, made a higher high. Convergence divergence, right? We know this turn is coming up. We see it. So there are a lot of things now we can see on high and low. We can stay in the trend longer. You know, we can even stay in this trend here because we never quite break our red line. But when we see the blue box above it, we know we're coming up across the ocean. We know Cobra's turn, and we had our last plotting point to get back in. So I like to call these reload points, points you can actually, you know, get back in if you do miss that ride. So we've got some questions here. So high and low is going gray, and Ninja, yeah, no blue, green. We've changed high and low. You are seeing volume, but you're gonna have to read it as your traditional volume chart, being your traditional, just, you know, actual. Hold on, let me go over here, back on here, and show you what I'm talking about. You're gonna be reading it like this. Your traditional volume chart is how you read it, but it's pulling now from volume. It's pulling from other algorithms that will allow us to see convergence divergence as well. So yeah, it won't be the blue and green. Let's see. I use Ninja for futures because I have license from them. My broker is Myris, and they don't support Forex. Which broker do you recommend? Okay, I recommend FXCM. There is no data service with FXCM. The reason why I stuck with Forex, folks, in the beginning is because unlike trading futures and stock, you have to go with a broker, all right? Then once you get your broker, you get your account open, then you have to go ahead and subscribe to their data feed, right? Then once you get that, then you got to go ahead and get a platform to trade them on, be it whatever you want to use, TC 2000, NinjaTrader, bar charts, whatever you want to use, right? Well, Forex is all one package, right? Your broker, your platform, it's on data, it's all there. You don't pay for any data feed for trading with FXCM. It's they pull theirs from routers. It's no data feed. So yeah, you won't be trading. You won't be having to pay for data feed for Forex. If you do go, I recommend FXCM just because they're the largest. They're U.S. based. You know, of course, when the Dodd-Frank Act came out, I tried as long as I could to stay overseas with overseas brokers because I didn't want the rules on me. But you know, being with a U.S. broker, I do feel a little bit better because I know that they're backed by large banks. I've actually talked and met them. You know, and they're actually a very legit, very large company on what they do, because it takes a lot to get on the New York Stock Exchange for a company. And so they met all those rules. They're a pretty good broker. Let's see, from Perry. Will there be a new instruction manual? Yes, there will be on the manual. We'll have to type it up just like you have. It'll be a little bit longer. I'm really going to go into a lot more detail on the system, but the new manual will be available as well to let you guys understand what you're looking at as far as these new algorithms are concerned. Yes, high and low is able to read market volume. It's still a volume. It's just now it's pulling from like in the past, we were pulling strictly from a volume source. Right now, we're pulling from another source as well that shows us the convergence divergence. It showed it a little bit in the past, but now it shows it a lot better. And so you're reading it like a traditional volume chart, looking for that down move, that actual spike up, trapping sellers in before the turn happens. Do they also trade? No. FXCM, Humberto asked if do they also trade futures? No. FXCM does not trade futures. They're strictly currency, which you can see now. Well, if you are overseas, yes, your ability to trade. This is a foreign broker right here. Your ability to trade a dollar, oil, gas on an electronic-based platform. But now, in the U.S., it's only currency for FXCM. Let's see, where is Cobra? Cobra is right here, as I mentioned before. It's this green line. Instead of being a moving average type line, this line here moves the price. So as price was moving down, Cobra was right behind it, following it, as you see here. As price moves down, Cobra is red, following down the line. When it jumps, right, when Cobra jumps, going from red to green, it'll jump to green to push up. So yeah, Cobra's on there. It's a better way to keep you in the trade a little bit longer. Yeah, you just link your FXCM to Ninja. Like I've got when I was learning Ninja, I linked it to Kinetic free in the day, and then I had my currency so I could see futures on a daily basis, and then I would just have my FXCM connected as well to link to it. Why is it green? Because the hour on the 1 hour, this is the 1 hour, Tina, because price is up. Price is above Cobra. If I had Cobra traditionally, you would see yellow Cobra. On the 5, you would see red Cobra. So if it was looking traditionally, if you were seeing Cobra on that chart. Well, so that's why one's red, one's green. We're moving down for a down breath. Of course, Cobra is going to be red. The global crosshairs, this isn't Ninja. These are just screenshots. My Ninja is not up right now. It's actually over here, right there. But it's not turned on right now because I'm on FXCM. One thing is you cannot have FXCM and Ninja on at the same time. Your feed, especially when I'm pulling from, my feed won't work. But yeah, the global crosshairs are there. I didn't have them turned on the screenshot. I had the mouse or the arrow you see. But yeah, the global crosshairs, anyone can turn them on. You can't see the screenshot, but up there when you see where you have your crosshairs, click on that and turn on your global crosshairs. You can see them once you get the chart there. So they're just going to come with it. These are just screenshots. This isn't Ninja. This is just a screenshot I took last night when I got it completely built. So yeah, you'll be able to see the global screenshots. We'll have the price line across. We'll have time remaining on the 1 minute chart. So a lot's coming out. There will be, like I said, there'll be a manual. All the stuff will be there. It'll be good to go. So Nick says, I noticed that prices are different only by about 2 pennies in FXCM and Ninja. I ask you this on oil. This is if you're using a demo, so on FXCM, so your demo fee will vary slightly from about like maybe a pip or so. But pulling from different brokers, most brokers will never line up exactly. I know a friend that was using for options, he was using a broker that pulled from Morningstar, and then my options broker was pulling from Reuters, and we differed big time. So most brokers differ by 1 or 2 pips. I can't. That's nothing to do with the platform. That's just how FXCM and Ninja are. Because if you're pulling from another broker for oil on Ninja, it all comes down to the data provider. If you have, I know there's some pretty bad data providers out there that do not give you exactly on point on the time. And then of course, using a demo, these prices right here aren't right on point because of course it's a demo broker. But it'll be coming out soon in Ninja. Yeah, you guys saw the sneak peek. If you are, you can go to the trading website to see it, or the social network to see it, the screenshots in detail. But it'll be the same concept, just better indicators. We were able to actually really tweak the indicators a lot. I had a lot of help. I spent a lot of hours in front of the screen getting everything figured out because I wanted things to help me navigate across the ocean a little bit better, and I wanted to be able to stay to see a little bit more as far as the convergence divergence, because I really enjoyed that in the past. It really helped me out quite a bit on seeing those. So that's why I've been busy. For those who have been trying to get a hold of me, I've actually been locked in trading that. So see there, Tina. I know you asked about Cobra. Cobra in the 1 hour is red. On 5 minutes is yellow. Same concept. Where the Cobra stops right there, if you see my crosshairs, that's actually where Cobra is going to be on the new Ninja. That's actually where the line will be right across here, following price. And if we would jump back down and turn red, that red that we shoot across, the line will go from green to red and come up here and jump and follow it back down. It moves just like my crosshair moves right now, moving down the screen. So that's the new Cobra. So remember, you guys mentioned that pound dollar trade. Let's just go real quick and look on. See, we're still moving up. See how volumes kicked in? And that thing was telling me to get in. 5 minute, we've had a lot of nice scalps. So the scalps were there. I mean, they've been there since this morning at 4:45. You could have woken up, well, that's 4:45 my time. Woken up, it'd have been 2:45 your time. You know, you guys might still be up. You could trade. Whatever exit, probably got back in, bounced off Cobra, bounced, exit, and got back in again, which we're coming back down right now. So your trades were there last night for the pound dollar. So this would have been another good trade last night. Right through here, we came up, broke down, bounced. This would have been a good trade about 1 o'clock, good swing trade. And like I said, you're just using your pairs to verify that. So it's all pretty much easier. Tina says she liked the FXCM way. Yeah, FXCM it's a good platform. It's just that having this, you know, this on FXCM, we're only stuck with Forex, and we want to be able to do futures and stocks on a bigger, more robust platform. That's why we're going with Ninja. But it just takes time to get used to. If you would have seen the old way, you would say you like the old way. So I mean, the older way. So this version has actually changed, has gone through multiple changes itself. So Ninja's just one more and last change we're going to have, because we really got to sit down and ramp up the algorithms. So it'll be a lot easier. No, you don't got to stay there AMP. The things with Ninja is you can use any broker. You can close AMP, go with Global Futures. You can close Global Futures and go with close Global Futures and go with TD Ameritrade. You can close TD Ameritrade and go with Interactive Brokers. There's no limit to who you can go with. You don't got to stay with AMP. You know, you can Ninja can whoever you can connect with on Ninja, whoever they're partners with. If you go to the website and click on partners, you can go through. You can click who you want to click on, and then say, Nick, were you a trader? Was I a trader? Am I a currency trader? Nick, is that true? Or do I trade? Is that what you're asking? I'm not sure if were you a trader, but I'm curious how you know how to program these algos. Oh, about my background. When I became trading, I started off with MT4. I had a laptop. I had CNBC on, and I thought I was a trader, and I didn't know a clue about what was going on. I got into the EAs, and I first started the course. I was thinking everybody gets sucked into the trading robots, thinking you can just plug in money and be a millionaire in a month, that's not the case. And I did this full time when I first started. I mean, actually, I had no choice. I did it full time when I first started, and I threw away the robots and learned to trade. I actually read books. I joined every forum I could join, asked every question I could ask. Started learning one thing at a time. I learned Japanese candlesticks. I learned price action. I learned Ichimoku. I learned Murray math, Elliott wave, harmonics. Every indicator in the sun you could think of, I learned. Then I learned how to code on MQ4. I started learning how to maybe change the color on an indicator, change its name, change the way it acts, change the period, the settings, you know, shifting it back and forth to make it fit my style. And it just kind of grew from there. But it's not hard to learn how to code. You got to learn how to trade to know how to code. So if you're coding an indicator, which most folks do just for a certain time frame, you got to know how to put them together. But I'm heavy into multiple time frame analysis. That was one of my first lessons I learned from a pattern day trader who taught me a few things. and then I became an MSTA. I got like a diploma, I guess you can say, in technical analysis, and learned all about the patterns of rounded bottoms, double tops, head and shoulders and so forth, bullish pennants, flags, symmetrical triangles, and just learned everything I could learn. And just as you trade, you get better as time goes on. But no, it wasn't. There was ups and down times, which of course every trader goes through. But just put the work in, and it'll actually happen and take place. So Tina says, what broker would you use through Ninja? I'm not sure right now. I'm looking in brokers. I've looked in Global Futures. I've looked in TD Ameritrade. I'm going to find one, and of course, which ones we go through, we'll of course recommend. Yeah, other than Forex, and then Humberto. Yeah, Humberto. Yeah, I'll give you a call today, Humberto. So Ninja will now. Okay, Ninja has always incorporated Forex. It's just y'all might have been with a broker that didn't offer Forex as a thing to trade. Some brokers offer futures, stocks, and Forex. Some brokers offer just futures and stocks. Yeah, Ninja's always been able to trade Forex. Yeah, it's just whoever broker you're with, they offer that. So I'm keeping FXCM just because I've already got an account with them. I'm not going to close it down, and I'm comfortable with them, and I use them. I've already got all the paperwork done with them, so I'm keeping FXCM as my currency broker. But I will then have to go find a broker that I can trade futures and stocks if I want to, which I know I want to trade the ES futures. So that's what I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to dabble in oil. But I've been finding out oil is very thinly traded, so sometimes your orders don't get filled if you trade large contracts. So yeah, actually a lot of good questions today. It will be coming out. It'll be coming available. Just stick with us. It'll be probably in a week or so, and then we're going to focus strictly on Ninja. Like I said, we're changing the platform, but if you can see the progression of how we've adapted and changed over time, you would be like, okay, cool. High and low is much better now. Market force is much better now. So it's just a lot better. I really sat down with my coding team and did the whole, all right, this is what we want to do. How can you do this? I want to pinpoint a little more accurate and so forth. And I think we've been doing this probably since end of August, building these. So we're now finally finished them. So it'll be the boot camp coming up November 16th. Please, if you can come out there. It'll be available for you guys when we're going to be covering Ninja at this boot camp. So everything will be focused on the new platform. So it'll all be good to go. Yeah, you can change the background to black on Ninja, but you have to go in there and modify the color settings. The codes are actually I also got it put up here. I don't know if I do. These candles, see how the wicks are black. So if you put on black background, you don't see you're not going to see the wicks. We do have an option where you can click on the candles and use what's called true color, so you can then see the actual blue wick and then yellow wick. But it's actually been set to work on a white background, just your standard Ninja background. I actually like white. It's just that we kept with the black theme on FXCM, or this is not the black, this is actually the gray, but we kept with the black theme. But yeah. Nick says, what do the 4 different colors mean on the candles? Oh, okay. On the candles, Nick, blue, yellow, we're trending up. Red and green, we're trending down. It's a quick visual mean to see how we're trending. The blue and green candles are smooth. They're faster than the red and yellow. That's what they're going to turn first. So when you get that indecision area of a blue red, that means that doesn't make sense. We know uptrend is blue yellow. So are we turning, or what's going on? We know green red is downtrend. So when we see green yellow, are we turning, what's going on? So that's all the colors mean for the candle. Same thing that you see in the photo here. Same exact concept. So we know it's a quick way to identify a trend instead of seeing, well, that's steam. Instead of seeing raw chart and seeing a bunch of bulls and bear candles just staggering its way up. So it's just basically, it helps you quickly visualize. All right, check out this pound dollar, folks. We're still kicking high right now. I mean, we never did come back down. I bet you the euro USD is beating, the euro is beating the dollar. Yeah, we're moving back up across. So see, Cobra is looking to cross right now, but it's still some indecision on it. So you want this to cross Cobra. But yeah, we're beating it right now. We're coming back across. That's why knowing the way these pairs correlate helps me understand. Because I know if the euro is beating the dollar, the yen is beating the dollar, and then the pound is beating the dollar. And so you stagger your way back down. The franc is beating the dollar. It's very easy to trade the pairs that are actually paired with the dollar. So a lot of good things coming out and coming up. I'm going to swing. Let's see, smooth candles. Oops, I can't do that because my Ninja was open. Swing trading platform. Smooth candles. What you see over here, I'll show Ninja. That means that price is unlike like a raw chart. Let me pull back up. On a raw chart. Go back, layout, copy. On a raw chart, you're going to see, like, here's a price line and a candle right behind it following it. What smooth candles do is it filters out that up and down noise you're going to see on a raw chart. So if you take it and let's pull away. Here's a raw chart. So your rides up and down aren't as smooth. Instead of seeing this ranging period back down, I mean, who knows right here? Are we heading back up? Are we heading back down? What are we going to do? Right here, we engulfed these last 3 bars. All right, in traditional price analysis, price action, are we coming back up? So it filters all this indecision, this noise, this choppy noise. Here's a pin bar. This choppy. Here's a pin bar, a doji. This choppy noise out. So when we have our candles on, those rides that you are seeing right here, it's a lot smoother. All right, it's a lot smoother ride. So these candles don't show price exactly. That's why we have the verification means to verify what it's doing. It forces you to wait for officially a turn instead of getting in a little bit too early on a turn that actually is just a down bar and the market's still moving down. So this nice, you can see it's a nice clean ride down, clean ride across, clean ride down. So here's price line, and here's actually our candle moving up. So they're smooth, so they're not showing that noise. That kind of help. On the manual, we kind of go over how they're traded. As I was telling Nick about the when we're moving down, we don't want any upper wick. When we're moving up, we don't want any lower wick. On the blue candles, we want a strong push up, and that we can see that on these candles here. We can see the indecision. So it's a lot smoother ride down than having a choppy candles that would be able to kind of throw you off. So I hope that kind of made sense there. I think I was on a pair. So good questions. Any more questions from anybody today? Anything else? Because we had quite a bit today. I think I was on the CAD on that one. Pull you and you and go back to the Canadian. All right. That's what I thought. All right. So any more questions, everybody? Okay, no problem. Yeah, the concept of the candles, it's just a little hard to grasp at first, but yeah, they're smooth. They filter out noise in a way, so they kind of keep you in trade a little bit longer. So it's 8:40. I told you guys for an hour. Like I said, the boot camp's coming up November 16th. If you can attend, please attend. Me, Vlad, the traders will all be there. You can come out, you can see us, see how we trade. We will be doing the new platform on Ninja, so showing you also techniques on how we trade it, how we're going to be trading it, and go over a lot more money management, go over tips and techniques and how we trade. We got a lot of good feedback from the last one that we're going to incorporate to this one. So it'll be a very good boot camp to have. So if you can make it, please do. Let's see, Nick said, would you exit USD CAD right now? At this point, I took off my Canadian, so I can't see it right now, Nick. But if you're up 3 or 4 pips, it's probably taking a small breath up because it was at value, which is, I remember what I saw. So you would just watch it on Cobra. If it breaks Cobra, take it. That's kind of the risk you take when you're hopping in and hopping out. But you can push straight through, or you can kind of come to value as price moves down and kind of hit and bounce, take a little breath up. So if your daily is down as well, I think it was down, you should be okay to kind of hold in. But it comes to you, Nick. If you want to exit, if you're up 3 or 4 pips and you feel that gut feeling, take out and exit, no problem. So I'm gonna leave the screen on just for maybe about 15 more minutes. Then I've got some work on my computer to do, and I will then cut it off. I can't leave it on all day because I have to actually get on these screens here and get back on Ninja and start getting my Ninja knowledge up, because like I said, I feel lost in Ninja. It's a new platform, so just like when I moved from MT4 over to TS2. I mean, I've used many platforms. I've used GTS Pro, I've used MT4, TS2. So I mean, I've used quite a few TC2000. I've used quite a few programs and platforms. So I want to be getting my Ninja knowledge on and see if I can get my orange belt with 2 green stripes today, so I can move up hopefully to a green belt pretty soon. I know a few of you guys are probably black belts, but we'll get caught up with you. But once I do close down, you will go to the website to get signed up if you can. Sign up for the boot camp. It'd be a very good deal to have. Of course, Ninja's coming out, and we'll get all those details and everything ironed out about the new data feed for it from us. Brokers we're looking to use. Yes, you can keep FXCM. You just link it. It's actually a partner with. They became partner with them, I want to say maybe a year ago. So yeah, you can actually link them, and you'll be good to go. So you have your currencies covered, and then whoever broker you use with futures and stock, you can have them covered as well. So that'll be coming out. Everything will get ironed out, and before it gets released, trust me, all these questions will already be answered. So we'll have all that stuff taken care of. But I do thank you guys for coming this morning. You guys it's midweek. It feels like it's Friday to me. And I wish it was ready for some rest. But it's still a good week there. You guys pulled a good trade last night in the money room. I'm glad. The trades are there. It comes down to experience in trading, getting used to it, learning how to stay in a little bit longer and get out. On point, on cue. It just takes time, folks. It doesn't happen overnight. If you're currently a trader coming to us, it should be a little bit easier. It's just learning a new concept. Trust me, when I learned harmonics and Elliott Wave, I thought it was a lot to learn, but that's something you don't learn overnight. I actually really spent the time to learn it. It just takes time. Once you learn it, once you trade, once you get better, it'll come. It's nothing hard to do. This is not rocket science. I know people are so scared of the markets because they feel like they don't have an upper edge. Here's one thing, folks. There is no upper edge. There is no secret. There's no magical. There's nothing to it. Just because Goldman Sachs uses this, Knight Capital uses this, just because these people are doing very well, these major hedge funds, they don't have something you don't have. Most of them use actually traditional technical analysis. They just have the discipline, and they manage their money very well. They cut their losing trades short, and they let their profits run, or they set themselves up to usually be in the right direction of a trend. So there's really no secret. It's just what works for them. I could take on stock. I could take an open, high, low, closed chart. Some trend lines, support and resistance, and a MACD. I could probably make a very decent living. It's just a discipline that most people they want a very easy system. They want something that says, buy and sell now, and that's it. They don't want to put in the work to really see what's going on in the market. Once you know what's going on, you follow the news, you pay attention to what pairs correlate, and you have a pretty decent system like we have now. it'll click. It's not hard to trade. It just takes time. Some people can't get it. Some do. You know, it's just if you really want to do it and you don't want to be on the work till you die retirement, and you know make a change in your life. I don't know why you came or why you want to trade. I know I wanted to trade because I want to make a change in my life. It took a long time to get to the point to where I could, you know, take care of my family trading. But it just takes time, folks. You know, once you get there, it is well worth it. Just keep plugging away. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I'm gonna leave the screen on until about 9 o'clock, and then I have to take back over my computer monitors and go to work on Ninja. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow will be more education, Friday more education, and then looking to get Ninja up and going by mid next week or 1st November. It just depends on how we get all the issues ironed out as far as pricing and as far as how we're going to offer it and all that good stuff. So we will be seeing you tomorrow, and thank you guys for coming. Any questions? Like I said, once you're done, I think Ross, I think your platform is built. You should have it. I saw that email. Anybody else on here? Nick, I'm glad you're back on. Like I said, you guys, you don't have to come to webinars every day, but it is good when you first get the platform to at least come to a good month to 2 months worth of webinars, because you know a lot of our traditional clients, you know, we don't see on, you know, as much anymore, but which is no problem because they've already learned. They know what's going on. They might come in every once in a while, but if you're brand new, it will definitely cut your learning time in half if you come to webinars for about a good month to 2 months to see what's going on, to learn everything we have, to hear about us, because we do this daily, and that should be a good flag that, you know, yes, we're dedicated. You know, to do this every morning, you know, it does take some finesse to get up and do this every morning, but we want to show you guys that we are here to help you, and that, you know, we're here to teach you the system instead of just showing you a few videos from 2010 and a manual, and that's it. So no, Humberto, I won't forget. I'll give you a call here about another hour, and getting all that good stuff hooked up. So thank you guys for coming. I'm gonna go ahead and just mute, and I will be I'm gonna go upstairs and eat, and then about 9 o'clock I will close this out, and you guys can get on with your day. Thanks for coming, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.